So week 3 of London Marathon training. I'm not only doing the London Marathon this spring, but I've also signed up for the Canalathon, which is a 50k race from Manchester through to Sowery Bridge along the canals. So this run is all going to be about canals and rivers, and also training for the Canalathon. With all the rain that we've had recently, it is easy to forget just how hard it is for many people in the world to get access to clean drinking water. This is why I'm fundraising for WaterAid. So if you enjoy these videos, please donate through my fundraising page. The link is in the description below. You know, just £1 or £2 will go a long way to providing a clean water supply for a community somewhere in the world that doesn't have one at the moment. But for the moment, let's keep going. So 3 miles in, I'm now running along the canal, which when it was built was the busiest in Britain, bringing industrial goods and coal from the Midlands down through Oxford to the Thames and then on to London. So in its heyday, this was the M40 of the 18th and early 19th centuries. But now it's just a nice place for a day out, bit of a run, bit of a walk. But there are some very, very nice houses along the side of it. In fact, very nice indeed. So as we come further along the canal towards the centre of town, you can see along the edge of the canal we've got all these canal boats moored that are now residential. Well, my mother's family were canal people throughout the 19th and the 18th century, as far as I can tell, as well. So these canal boats that now had people living on them, these were the HGV lorries of the day. And the thing to remember when you look at them is, although you've got a family, or at least a couple or a person living in them, back in the day these were for carrying cargo, and every boat would have had a family living in them. But the only bit of space that was for the family was up until this first window, and the rest of that boat was all for cargo. So the space that you had to live in, and it would have been a husband, wife, children, all living together, all working the boat, they only had this tiniest bit of space at the end where they'd live, because the rest of it was cargo, and that was profit, and that was how you made your living. Right, well, I enjoy my running along the canal so much that I actually got lost and took a wrong turn. I had hoped to get to the river before hitting town, but since we're here, I'll actually show a couple of interesting things relating to the canal. So just behind me, that is Nuffield College, which was founded by Lord Nuffield, who was also the founder of Morris Motors, of the Morris Minor fame. And behind me, this is land which is now owned by the college, which you can see is a car park, because if you're a multi-millionaire who's made his money from cars, why wouldn't you build a car park in front of your college? And actually underneath here, this is the canal basin. This is actually the wharf where all of the goods that were coming to Oxford would have been unloaded. So right underneath this, under this rather uninspiring bit of concrete and tarmac, there's actually the end of the canal, and what could be quite a nice place. But anyway, blame Lord Nuffield and his college for what could be a really, really nicer part of Oxford. But anyway, let's keep going. Try and rejoin the canal as it gets to the river, and I'll probably have to extend my run at the end. Anyway, let's keep going. So this is Folly Bridge, now joining the main part of the Thames stream. And this place here, this is why Oxford exists. Where the bridge is now was the ford where the oxen crossed the river, hence the name Oxford. So if it hadn't have been for queues of traffic and many people wanting to cross the river here at the easiest point. Yeah, they wouldn't be in Oxford. They'd probably be in Abingdon or somewhere like that. Or heaven forbid, Kidlington. But anyway, here we go. Here's the Thames. And now we're on the Thames and still Stanford. It should be a nice run. I can see a respite just ahead of us. The pub at Sandford upon Thames. So I think this would make a very good pit stop and chance to dry out. There we go, lovely coffee break. Chance to dry out the feet a little bit. And now we keep going. So this week I haven't quite made my mileage that I was hoping to. Travel and work commitments mean I'm going to be, I think, 4 miles down from my weekly mileage goal. I think next week is also going to be tough as well. But, you know, there's still 4.5 months to go before the Canalathon, 5 and a bit months to go before the marathon. So I'm not that bothered about missing a few miles here or there. I think at this stage the most important thing is actually to enjoy it and have the frequency and regularity of getting out there and running rather than concentrating on mileage. Also, I have been going to the gym regularly, so I've been muscling up my legs and back, which are the bits that haven't given me trouble in the past. Still, my hip flexors are making themselves known on the right hand side, but also I can feel that they are getting stronger, so I think I'm going in the right way. Anyway, not far to go now, 4 or 5 miles or so, so I'm going to keep running. So there we go, just over 15 miles, about 15.25 miles, 2 hours 50 minutes. So that was the distance that I wanted to do, despite the little detour in the middle and getting lost. Nice little pit stop halfway round, which helps break it up and make it a bit more fun. Yeah, those last few miles, I felt as if I was putting in, we'll put it this way, the amount of effort that I was putting in made me think that I was running at a 9:40 pace or so. And in fact, when I look at my watch, I'm running 11:10. So yeah, there's still some scope to improve on the training and improve on the pace. I think there are some days where I feel that I could just do the marathon tomorrow, and then other days where it just feels, no, there's a good bit of training to put in yet. But it's those longer runs, I think from about 16 miles is where I really start to feel it. So the idea of this block of training is just get me up comfortably to 16 miles distance, and then for the rest of the time we'll focus on just improving that stamina so I can go further and faster for longer. But yeah, that was quite a good run, enjoyed it. It rained on me a bit, it was cold in places, and now the sun's out and it's warm, so very mixed weather, very damp underfoot on places. My right foot is still pretty damp, but I think I got supposedly blister-proof socks on, and with a bit of luck my feet won't have blistered despite them having got quite wet along the river. But yeah, good run, making progress, definitely making progress, and we'll get there in the end. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please think about donating for my fundraiser for WaterAid, and we'll see you next time.